You want to get organized, get neat. All right. You can't be a Lego master with a room, full of mess because you'll be so busy looking for your bricks and you can't make your creations because your bricks are under a pile of bricks. So you definitely want to get organized with this color or by shape, right? These are our big brick builder goals, all right? So we want to, with this, with a cleaner space, it makes our room for like our best project ever. Each time you make a project, you want to get better than the next. And the only way we can do that is with a clean space. So get organized, get clean. All right, some Lego life skills. All right, so we're going to talk about some brick building techniques. But before we talk about the techniques, let me see. We'll go over the techniques and then we'll do the cleanup. All right, so some brick building techniques, we'll do some overlapping, right? So it's very important to overlap. Hey, Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
All right, can you tell us about a little bit of overlapping?
Okay, so with overlapping, that helps the Legos stay together with what we call clutch power. So say, for example, if you have this 2x4 brick and you put another one on top, that'll help the structural integrity of your builds. So the more you put and you overlap it, like these two pieces are now connected by the piece on top. So that helps lock everything in.
Very cool, very cool. Overlapping. All right, snot. Now we all heard this term before, snot. Sometimes we catch it in our Kleenexes and then we put it in our jeans for mom to take out during laundry sometimes, right? Sometimes we even use our own shirt to wipe the snot off, right? But this snot is not that snot. This snot is not that snot. All right, Holly, what type of snot are we talking about?
I believe the answer is studs that are not on top.
Right.
Or not just on top.
Not just on top. What's a stud, Holly?
The stud are these little round bits on top of your bricks and plates that clutch into the bottom of the other bricks and plates.
Very cool. Very cool.
Those are studs.
Right. So you said studs not on top. Can you demonstrate like just a quick stud not on top technique?
Sure. I've got a couple here. So in everybody's kit, we should have something like that. So you can see there's studs on top, but there's also studs facing at a 90-degree angle out. And that allows us to build bi-directionally in two different directions. Or we also have these pieces that we call brackets. So they either hang over or they stick up. And again, allows us to build in different directions than just up and down.
Very cool. Very cool. Makes for a nice, cleaner build. It does. It does.
Lots of detail.
Awesome. Thank you, Holly. All right. So then you have curved wall techniques. Now, this is a little bit of an advanced technique, but however, using bricks and rounded bricks, you're actually able to curve a brick wall using that technique. And we'll learn that a little bit later on. All right, let's see here. Week one, let's see. Let's talk about getting organized. Let me escape from here. Stop sharing my screen. Let's talk about getting organized. And what we're going to do is I want to highlight my friend Holly because she is the best organizer. Todd, if you would, can you give Holly the floor, please? Did he fall asleep? I think you're on there.
Yo, Todd, full screen. I can go ahead. So I have a couple of different ways of organizing my Lego. Sometimes I use these handy dandy little separating containers that I am sure not everyone has, but these are very useful for separating different types of parts. So I can put, bricks in one container and put, slopes in another container, plates in another. I separate by type instead of color generally, unless I'm going to be working with one of a lot of a color. So if I'm doing landscape or something, I might actually just separate all my greens and whites and blues and work like that instead. But generally I separate by type. in a situation like last weekend where I was going camping and still wanted to take all my useful parts and my whole art collection with me, I put them in Ziploc bags. And again, separated by type. So here's my bricks. Here's my slopes. Here's like some of my smaller pieces. There's a bunch of wheels. And then this is something that I think most people probably already have in their house and have ready to use. You could also use bowls or cups, or really any sort of container that you can find is really useful in trying to separate some of your parts, so it makes it a lot easier to find your parts. So when you're trying to build something, you're not spending, half an hour just looking for a part, because that's not really the fun part of building, is it?
Thank you, Holly. Thank you. See, and also, like, if you cannot get those trays or those plates, you can also use like some styrofoam bowls. It work just as well. Like I usually sort by color, right? Sometimes, right, and sometimes I sort by pieces as well, right? And so it depends on your preference. You can sort by color or pieces as well. But styrofoam cups work as well. If that little brick box that you had for the in that set, and it looks like a big yellow brick, if you flip the top, there's actually circles in there that will help you keep your bricks sorted if you don't have those things. Yeah, so that's another quick way to separate your bricks. So use what you have at home and use what you have.
Yeah, you'll find that as you become Lego masters, not only do you start to hoard Lego pieces, but you start to hoard containers as well of varying types.
I've got a lot of sorting to do myself. A lot. Over the last year, I have gotten a surplus of Lego that more than what I can do with, and I've been sorting and cleaning my room. I have. How about you, Jermaine? Have you been sorting and cleaning? How do you sort and clean?
So me, I always start off sorting, and I use these little bins. They're like little tackle boxes, and the little blue slots that you see in between, they're adjustable. So that way, if you get more of one specific piece, you could grow it and make sure that you have enough space for each one. And I like it because it's clear and you can see everything inside there. So you know exactly what you need.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a good tip. That's another good thing about Ziploc bags, is you can see what's inside of them, and they're reusable. So hooray for that.
So Junior Lego Masters, your assignment for homework this evening is to sort that set. Sort that set. You got to sort, if you're going to sort by color, if you're going to sort by pieces, sort that set after class is over with. And that way you're able to actually build some wonderful things. And even tomorrow, I will give you a building assignment built by either myself, Holly, or Jermaine. I'll send a PDF file to you through email so that you can maintain your building skills throughout the week. All right, Holly, you ready to build?
I think I'm ready. All right,
Lego Masters, are you ready to build? See some thumbs up.
Yeah, everybody has did everybody get a list of parts that we're going to build with today? A lot of thumbs up. I love it. I love it.
Awesome. All right, Lego
Cool.
Masters. All right. So you had a list that was sent out through email. So everybody should have, I put mine in a cup. See, a clear cup. So I'm ready to go. I'm building along.
Yep, I pulled all my parts out with me. So you guys know tomorrow is, does anybody know what tomorrow is? I see some hands raised.
Yay!
Let's see. I don't have the kids' names on the screen because I know some of these are parents' names, so I'm not sure who to call on. What about Amelia? Can we unmute her?
Amelia.
Who's controlling? Yeah,
I think it's Todd.
St. Patrick's Day.
that's right. Tomorrow it's St. Patty's Day. So I came up with a little theme with just the parts from your guys' kits that everybody should have on you. We're gonna build. Does anybody want to guess what we're building today? All right, I saw Chase.
We're building.
Chase's hand went up pretty quick. Can you unmute Chase?
Actually, my name is Orlando, but it's just that my account says Chase.
Got it.
Lego mask.
Orlando.
Okay, Orlando, what do you think we're going to be building?
A leprechaun.
Pretty obvious, wasn't it?
No, the reason why I knew is because when I was looking at the PDF for all the bricks, it said for the leopard. It said like
Oh,
leprechaun.
darn. Okay, that gave it away.
You
It wasn't
gave
too
up,
painful
Holly,
to
you
change
gave
it.
up.
The downfall of my organizational skills is I give it all away.
If I was just looking at those pieces, I would not know what you were drawing. But
Oh, really? All the green and the little eyeballs wasn't a giveaway, huh?
but my mommy told me what it was. That's why I raised my hands because I remembered.
All right. You guys ready to build a leprechaun? With just a few pieces? Yep. Okay, here we go. You got all your pieces ready. So we're gonna start.
A camera.
Shut up.
All right, let's put the mute back on.
All right, put the mute
Camera.
I think that's Natalie's screen that needs to be muted. I have no control over it, so that's all you.
Hey,
Mel.
Todd, you gotta be on the job, man. I don't.
Okay, there we go. All right. So we're gonna start with what you guys can probably guess are the feet. These are what we call slopes.
Slope.
1 by 2.
Oh, yay.
1 by 2 black slopes. There's gonna be 2 of those in there.
All right.
And we call them 1 by 2 because when you put these on a base plate, so I'm going to be using this term a lot, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 2 by 4, whatever. So this is where, you get to learn some math. So see if we put those on a plate, those go 1 stud down and 2 studs over. That's why that's a 1 by 2. So that gives you an idea of the size of the pieces that we're working with. So these are 1 by 2 slopes. We're going to put them right next to each other. If you don't, you can choose to put them on a base plate or not. That's entirely up to you. We're just going to put them side by side, just like that.
Okay.
You guys can see that okay? It's 2 of them right next to each other. Then you should have what we call an inverted slope. So this starts out with 2 studs across and goes up to 4 studs across. So that's a green inverted slope. See how it's sloping the opposite direction of the other slopes that we just put down? That's why it's called inverted. Okay. It's going to be kind of like his belly.
Is it going like this?
Yes. Yep, that's correct. Okay, now you should have a 2 by 4 brick, green. All right, that's going to go just across the middle like that. All right. And in your kit, you should have 2 of these 1 by 4 yellow plates times 2. So if you had your list of materials, you have to pay attention to the numbers that it's, because sometimes it's not just 1, but a couple. And so it'll say times 2 or times 4. And then you're going to lay those across just like that to make the belt. All right, so the next step is a 2 by 2 green brick. And the bricks are what we referred to. So these are bricks, these are the thick ones, and these are plates, are the thin ones. It takes 3 plates to make 1 brick. The height of a brick is 3 plates. So right now we need the 2 by 2 brick. And then this is where we start to overlap. Overlapping your bricks is really important for stability. So we're going to put that right in the middle. Across that seam in the middle there. Next up are these 1 by 2 bricks. and a dark green. You need 2 of those. And I'm pretty sure you could probably guess where those are going to go. One there. And one there. Now we're going to start making up the arms with these 1x3 slopes, not 1x2, but 1x3 slopes. So again, if I put these down on a base plate, you can see that those are 3 studs. 3 studs down. These are going to go on the back here. So there's one there and one facing the other direction, like that. So the back should be pretty flat, and then it's sloped in the front.
I'm not confused.
Yeah, which part did you get confused on? I got it.
Do the 1x2 blocks go here
They sure do. Yep.
or here?
Nope, they go on the sides of the brick in the middle. Cover up that yellow spot. Okay, and now you're looking for these slopes, the long slopes, 1x3.
Mhm.
Should have 2 of those. Let's see. Okay, so next are the 1x2 slopes. Before we put these on, we're going to do kind of what we call a submodel, which is like parts that you put together before you put them on your main model. So you should have these 1x1 round white studs. You're going to put these on the end of your slope. And those are made kind of like little hands. And that was the only color I had. I didn't have tan or any other anything like a flesh color. So we just are giving them kind of like little gloves, little white gloves. So you're going to do that 2 times. So find your other green slope and put his little hand on like that. You're going to have 2 of those. And then after you pop those on, these are just going to go under his little arm like that, with his arms sticking out to the side. Or if you want to be fun, you could stick it that way. And you could have one to the side and one in front of him. You can position his arms however you want.
Hey, Todd, can you check the guest room, please?
All right, is everyone caught up? Let me see everybody with their arms on. All the
Are not
leprechauns.
caught up at all. Sorry, we dropped something and then we had to refigure things out. So she's still back. She had to backtrack.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
she's just back here. So then she's thinking what comes next after this part right here.
Oh, that's where we put those dark 1x2 bricks on either side.
Oh, these, honey. There we go. That's what we missed. She used
Yeah.
something different and had to retake it off. All right. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
What up?
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
And then
Then we should have some 1x3 slopes that go across the back here to make the shoulders. These right here.
right here, and you see right here.
You put those 2 on first,
Yeah.
and then you put the smaller ones up underneath. And for the rest of you guys, go ahead and get your 1x2 orange bricks. We have 2 of these in orange.
Thanks.
All right, has Amelia got her arms on, her arms and hands?
Almost. Got the shoulders on.
And then put those little dots where she said to put them.
No,
Right
we
there,
gotta
yeah.
get
Yeah,
the
but she
arms
said-
on though.
Okay.
Yeah, if some of you guys in your math class might have started learning about order of operation. That applies to Lego as well. Sometimes there's a certain order of putting your pieces together that make it easier to assemble.
Order of operation.
Order of operations, yeah. If I tried to put these hands on after I'd already assembled my arms, things might start popping off. So those little 1x1 pieces can be a little finicky. So I put those on first, and then I put those pieces on. And you'll see we'll do that a couple more times in this build too, where there's what I was calling submodels, where you put a couple of things together first and then you put them on your main model. All right, so these 1x2 orange bricks, we're gonna start making up this guy's beard.
Oh, the beard.
Yeah, so we're gonna put these in front there. And again, notice I'm overlapping. Do you see kind of how my seams, my bricks line up there, kind of like a brick wall?
This is supposed to look like this.
Oh, mug press.
Yep. That's it. Now you should have a 1x4 tan brick. It's gonna go back here across the shoulders. Again, overlapping those bricks.
Mel, there's some people trying to get in.
Hey Todd, are they in the green room?
They're just going round and round. They can't get in.
They probably in the wrong stream. They probably need to open up the email that says Classic Tech Bricks.
What orange ones
Okay.
do you need, sweetie?
We're looking for
You said
1x2
something- you
orange
said something about.
bricks.
See, there are 2 of them. That's what you need. They're already sorted out.
No,
Yeah, that's
These
what they were. See, there's 2 of them. One.
Yep. It
Two.
looks like a 1x4, but there's actually 2 side by side. See? All right, moving on. Okay, so here's another, I'm gonna put this down for just a second. This is what we call a sub-assembly here. You should have 2 1x2 red plates. We're gonna stick those together, one on top of the other. And we're gonna put those up underneath that orange bracket. Remember this bracket I was showing you guys earlier that we called a snot brick? That's gonna go sit right up underneath there. So that brings it up to a brick height. Remember, because I told you guys 3 plates equals 1 brick. So if you put this up next to a brick, see how those are the same height now? It's confusing because the brackets up under there. There you go.
3 plates equals a brick.
3 plates equals a brick. That's really important when you're,
Wait, what do we need?
you have 2 1x2 red plates, one on top of the other, and this orange bracket. This is what we're going to be used for his beard. Does everybody have those parts? Okay, lots of thumbs up, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna pick up our Leprechaun in progress. We're gonna put this right in the middle there, over those other 2 orange bricks like that. And this is what's gonna allow us to build a little bit of detail out in front of him. Okay, then you should have these 1x1 orange bricks.
Mhm.
There's 2 of those. you only have one, make sure you find the other one. Those are going to go on either side here of his beard. Fill those in. Just like that.
Okay. Losing my feet.
Has everybody got that far? Anyone lost or need to catch up? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Or is that a hands up that, nope, thumbs down. Okay, we're gonna hang on a second. Thumbs up, seeing a couple.
Turn that around just for a second.
Yes.
Okay, and now the side view. Yeah, somewhere we didn't quite.
If I take these
I
off.
can't find the other one of this. The
You know what?
1x2
Actually, you're
plate.
not even going to see that. So if you can find any 1x2 plate, you can use any 1x2 plate there because it's just getting buried underneath there. See? So all we're doing is stacking up that bracket so that it's the same, so it's level with that other brick.
That goes here.
And
And then this was going here.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. And then she had those 1x things, and then she put them right there. Okay.
All right, when you guys are ready, we're gonna put this down again. We're gonna build the little beard that's gonna go in front, starting with 2x4 orange plate. And then you should have 2 1x2 orange slopes.
Got 'em.
And we're just gonna face them away from each other on the back of that plate like that.
Got it.
And then you should also have what we call cheese wedges because they just look like a little piece of cheese. These are 1x1 orange slopes. And those are going to go right out in front, facing like that. There should be 2 of those. Look like that.
Are they going right in front of the 2 bricks that we just did?
Yep, that's right. So the big ones are facing out to the sides and the little ones are facing forward. And then you just have to figure out which way to orient it. It's gonna go up like this. So this is kind of like like a little mustache that's gonna go under his nose. And it just attaches like that onto the bracket, onto the bottom of the bracket. So leave these 2 studs exposed because we need those.
It's a big beard.
I find it easier to build off the big plate. So once I finished it, I'm gonna put it back on the big plate.
That's totally fine. It actually would be easier for me as well, but it's easier for me to hold it up while I'm looking at my instructions. Whatever works for you guys is totally fine. All right. So next, this is one of my favorite parts. This is what we call a jumper plate, 1x2 jumper plate in orange. And I love these pieces because it's kind of like decimal points in a whole number system. It lets you work in between these bricks because usually, you're working on 2s, 2, 4, 6. That's kind of how Lego studs work, right? But then you put these in the equation and you can actually go in between the studs because right now he's 4 studs across and we need a nose right in the middle of that. So we're going to need a stud there to attach the nose. And then that's what's going to go right there on the top of that bracket. And if you can look at the parts that you have left, you could probably figure out which one's going to be the nose too. Let's see if anybody's found the nose piece that's about to go on. Should have a 1x2 tan slope. And that's going to be his nose. Just like that.
It looks like this.
Yep, that's it. So he's going to be facing up like that. And it's fine if it's a little, doesn't matter if it's crooked. We're going to, when you start putting your other pieces on, he'll straighten out.
This
All right, so
looks-
again, if you've got your nose on, you're going to set the leprechaun down for a second. We got to get the piece that his eyes go onto, which is a 1x3 plate in tan. And then you should have a couple of eye tiles. You can use whichever eye tiles you want. I'm going to give mine a winky face.
Going winky style.
Because I feel like a leprechaun would probably be winking when it's St. Patty's Day. So I'm going to do mine like that.
I'm
But
gonna make.
you can use whichever eye tiles you want.
I'm gonna make mine mad.
You do that. The mad leprechaun. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either take the nose off. I put the nose on just so you can kind of see like how this lines up. You may want to take the nose off and attach it to the middle of that plate like that. And then put them back on if you're having any trouble, you know, getting it to stay on like that.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it should look like that.
Mine's gonna have cute eyeballs.
I like those eyeballs. I think the winky face is pretty cute too. It's like he knows where the pot of gold is. He's just not going to tell you. All right, you guys are doing great. And I didn't pull enough of those. See that I made the mistake I knew somebody would make, and it was me, is that I didn't pull enough of those 1x2 tan bricks because there were supposed to be 3 of those, not just 1. So we need 2 more of those. 1x2 tan bricks, just like the ones we used for his nose. And we're going to place those back here for like the back of his head. There you go, just like that.
They're going right here.
Oh, no, wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Yep. So it should look like that
Do
from
they
the
go
back.
right here? Right there?
Yes, over the orange. And right behind his eyeballs.
Okay.
And just gives a little bit of shape to his head so he's not a complete blockhead.
There's a little gap in there.
There's a little gap. Yep. And hopefully you guys will forgive me for that because those brackets are like a really weird increment. I think there's something like a 1/4 of a brick.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you use another bracket or something like that, it's really hard to fill those gaps. And so we're just going to leave the gap and not worry about it. I will say that Lego is nothing if not the art of letting go.
I accidentally popped out the eyes with the back of the head on, but the eyes didn't pop out. They just
Right.
stayed in place.
Yeah, those eyes are probably not going to come off super easily. In fact, you might have to use a brick separator, which did everybody get a brick separator in their kit? A little orange.
Yeah, it should have been in the orange packet.
These guys, if anybody isn't sure what that is, that's called a brick separator. And you would use for something like that we call tiles, use the end of this right here to pop those off. But we don't want to pop the eyes off right now. So we'll keep building so we can finish this guy. All right. So on the back of the head, see there's an opening here.
Uh-huh.
We're going to put his hair in there with 2 more 1x2 orange bricks. So there's 1. And then we're going to put the other one right next to it. Just like that. Kind of looks a little bit like a Minecraft leprechaun.
Yay, Minecraft.
Mhm. Okay, now, give you guys just a second. But you'll notice as we've been building this, I think pretty much ever since we started on the shoulders, We haven't really done a very good job overlapping those seams, so he's probably getting a bit unsteady. So, like, the back of his head's gonna fall off pretty easily. This is about as far as or as high as we want to build before we start to overlap again. So we're gonna use one big 4x4 plate for his hat, and we're gonna overlap all of those parts, just like that. And that's what's gonna keep him together and keep parts from falling off. Except maybe his hands. His hands will still fall off if you pull on him. But that's kind of fun too, because like I said, you can rearrange his hands or his arms if you want to.
Like this.
Yep. Just like that. Whoops. I knocked him off his feet. And then right in the middle of that, you have a 2x2 round plate. Like a little baby.
Not yet. I was gonna do it after I machine.
Todd forgot to mute himself.
Yeah.
Todd's fired. All right. 2x2 round yellow plate. It's gonna go right there in the middle of his hat. Be kind of like a little, what do you call that, brim or ribbon around his hat. And then the last piece, y'all. It's a 2x2 round brick in green. Goes right on top of that. And there he is. Yay! Got a little leprechaun.
From Lucky Charm.
Yeah.
Charms.
Good job, everybody.
Awesome.
All right, and we're gonna, if anybody got held up a little bit or lost a piece, because that happens, we'll send you guys the instructions so you can take your time to build it, or you can modify it, make it however you want. Or if you want to take these pieces apart and build something else, and then a year from now you remember, oh, that leprechaun was pretty cool, I'm going to build another one, you'll always have the instructions, so you can build it on your own anytime. Does that sound good?
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. I like it.
And then you guys have all kinds of extra pieces here too that, you know, you can keep going and just build, you know, free build whatever you want.
I'm gonna take, yeah.
We've got I found this piece in that other kit that we had, where it was like the bricks and houses kit that we had. That looked like maybe that would make like a cool like pot piece, like if you wanted to make like a little pot of gold. Just those two pieces together with like some of those 1x1. I think we had some 1x1 little yellow pieces that look like pieces of gold. You know, something like that, where you could just put those in there. And then you got a little pot of gold too. And I don't have those in the instructions. This was just something that I was looking around and thinking that would be kind of a fun little thing that you could add. So if you guys can find those pieces, or you could, you know, build whatever you want. We have some of these pieces in here too. These little leafy bits that you could maybe make some shamrocks out of. And you can decorate around your leprechaun, or you can make something completely different with those. Those would be useful.
Wow. I used like a clear green for grass.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's lots of green in here that you guys could do some landscaping with, or make like a little spring themed thing out of. Pretty cute, huh?
Yeah, right on the money.
I actually noticed that mine's is actually sad.
He's sad?
Yeah.
Why is he sad?
I thought he was mad, and then when I actually looked at it, he looked sad.
What's going on? Is that brick separator part of his beard? Are we giving him like an extra super long beard? That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You just attach it like that.
It's a long beard. Very cool.
All right. So is Morgan, is that your name? Are we able to unmute Morgan?
Let's see. Can you unmute yourself, Morgan? There you go.
Did you get stuck somewhere? Where did you get stuck?
I can't figure out how to put the eyes on.
The eyes. You're having trouble getting the eyes on? They just aren't sticking on there? Let's see. Did you have that plate there, that 1x3 tan plate like this? Do you have that piece? And it looks like you got you got them on there. Okay. So can you take the little nose piece, this piece right here? See that little 1x2 slope? And you put them just on the back of that nose like that. Have you got that there? Yes. Okay. Now on your leprechaun, did you put this little what we called the jumper plate there? Is that there above his beard? Did you get that far? Nope. How far in your leprechaun did you build up to? Oh, you're so close. Here, hold it up to your camera. Let me see.
Yeah, let me see.
I see what happened. Okay. So I think maybe, do you have this little piece that makes up his beard? That's on this 2x4 plate? You see, we have the bracket. We have this bracket that was sticking out here. The jumper plate goes across the top, and this little beard assembly goes across the bottom, like that. And so if you have that little 2x4 plate that we put the slopes on, that goes across the bottom, like that. And then his nose goes across the top like that. That holds the eyes there.
Okay.
Does that help? All right.
Thank you.
Looks like you did pretty well though. You got really close. And again, we'll send you guys the instructions if you feel like you messed up anywhere and you want to try and redo it.
Yep, we'll send them to you after class is over. I'll send them right to you.
Did you guys learn anything? Does anybody remember what snot means? Come on, I want to see at least one hand. Somebody has to remember. What does snot mean? Looks like camera's moving, but I think maybe Luke and Elijah, does one of them know?
What Luke says. Unmute yourself, Luke and Elijah.
Okay, let's try. Is it Ivan? Ivan, do you remember what snot means? What does snot mean?
The one that it goes down.
It can go down. It can go. So it means the studs are not where the studs are not just on top. Studs not on top.
Not on top.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody remember how many plates it takes to equal a brick? Oh, I know that's not Jen, but whoever's got the screen that says Jen, unmute yourself.
Candace, that is 3.
That is correct. All right, so you guys did learn something. All right, I'm satisfied. My work here is done.
It means
Yeah.
3 plates make a brick.
Where's your leprechaun, Jermaine? Where's your leprechaun, sir?
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, what I would love to know, being that tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, I want everybody to name their leprechauns and come up with a crazy adventure for them to go on for tomorrow. So that way, for next class, you can tell us all about what your leprechaun did for St. Patrick's Day.
A little bit of storytelling. I like it. Yeah.
I too. I think I'm gonna call mine McVitie.
Ah.
It's for
So-
Missing Link.
I'm gonna name mine.
I'll send you an email. You got to name your leprechaun, and you got to give them a fun telling story adventure about it. And then I'll also give you the instructions to him, just in case you break him up, you'll be able to build him again.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to use your pieces for whatever you want to build.
Indeed.
Just keep them together, at least through the duration of the camp. Make sure that you keep your parts like together and ready to build for each class, and that'll make everyone's life a lot easier.
Amelia has her hand up. Go ahead, Amelia.
When we're sorting the bricks, can we mix up the kits? You know, like combine the colors from the different kits of Legos?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, you can. As long as you're sorting them and keeping your pieces together where you can find them easy, you can mix up the both of the sets. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No. All right. Luke and Elijah, you had your hand up, friend. No, you changed your mind? Did he?
Still muted.
He's still muted. We can't hear you, buddy. Yeah, you must have he changed your mind, huh? We can't hear you, pal. All right. Anybody got any questions for Holly or me or Jermaine? Any questions? No Lego Masters questions? Oh, that's a first, Jermaine. I think we're getting back to normal.
I'm afraid. I don't. Hey, Luke got-
Luke and go ahead, Luke and Elijah.
It's Elijah. Will there be some more episodes of Lego Masters? Talking about the show, and will there be any more episodes?
Yes, there will be. They're actually working on season 2 with a whole brand new cast. They are. They're working on it right now. It'll probably be out sometime in the summer, probably.
Mr.
And I need mine Brickhead.
I need mine poopy.
You are Brickhead.
Mr. Jackson, go ahead, sir. Sir.
No. You just name your dog. You just name your.
Let me see if I can unmute this guy. He had a question. Go ahead, Miss Jackson, son. Go ahead.
When will your next when will you be on Lego Masters again? Because one day I watched my granny had on the Fox News, and then you were on there and you explained why Legos were good.
Yeah. Thank you for watching that. Me and Jermaine will never be on Lego Masters ever again.
Never say never.
It's just a never say never. It just it just every season they get a new cast. So unless they call us back for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe entertainment. But it was some real Lego Masters. But now, as far as we know, they're constantly getting new cast, new people.
You gotta hold out for that reunion show.
I gotta subscribe to you.
They got a reunion show?
I was just saying, they could do a reunion show. You never know.
Possibly. Any other questions? If not, what we'll do is we'll see you back here on Tuesday. We're gonna make it 5:30 for Tuesday. We're gonna make it 5:30 again, because I'll probably be getting out of work a little late. So we're gonna make it 5:30 again next Tuesday. I will give the announcement. I will give the proper link so there's no problems with the link. And I will tonight. You will get the instructions to your leprechaun and instructions to your assignments. Remember, you got to sort your bricks tonight. Well, not tonight, but before the next the next class, which is Tuesday. All right, Lego Masters. It's been real fun. Let's all thank Holly for the awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
And we will catch you next time, Lego Masters. Thanks for stopping in and thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, Amelia. Bye, everybody.
Happy building,
I'll see
everyone.
you- I'll see you next
Happy
Tuesday.
Saturday.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I miss Holly.
Bye.
How to log out.
Hit the X button on the top.
Stop video. Okay.
Hit that X button right there.
Nope.
Yeah.
You got my brain now.
All right. Another one in the books. That was awesome. Man, look at this thing. This thing is so awesome.
This is very impressive. I like this.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great build.
Thanks.
The
Man,
little girl hurt my heart. She was in tears because
I saw tears. I saw tears. I was
my
dying.
God. Oh man, that's how you knew she was locked in. That's how you knew she bought in. She had tears in her eyes. I was like,
So, I mean, she recovered. She did all right.
yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I thought it was an easy one. I make them too hard every time. You start going 90 degrees out, man, you lose them.
I'm gonna remove all the gears from the stuff that I designed.
What are we doing next week?
I don't know. I'm not here next week, so you guys are on your own.
Oh.
Oh boy.